Good evening, and thank you for watching the 2018 Fall Legislative Forum hosted by the Ashland Chamber of Commerce. I'm Mary Gardiner, SOU International Programs and current president of the Ashland Chamber of Commerce. Moderating this discussion this evening is Marie Lange, owner of Ashland Homes Real Estate and past president of the Ashland Chamber. Tonight we're introducing Lanita Witt, who's running for Jackson County Commissioner position number 3 against Colleen Roberts, who's the incumbent, and Edward Stanton. Neither of them could be here this evening. Each election year, the Ashland Chamber hosts legislative forums. This year, we're also hosting forums for the Ashland City Council positions numbers 2, 3, 4, and 6, Park Commissioner positions 3, 4, and 5, State Senate District 3, Jackson County Sheriff, and the Jackson County Commissioner position number 1. All candidates were sent the questions prior to the forum. The forum tonight is being recorded and will air on local community television, the RVTV website, and the Ashland Chamber of Commerce's website, along with additional election information at ashlandchamber.com. The Ashland Chamber has for many decades had a long relationship within the business sector and through effective community partnerships with SOU, the hospital, and OSF, and with the City of Ashland. We promote business and the community by providing business resources, creating events such as the Festival of Light and the 4th of July, promote tourism, the economy, improve the quality of life, and serve as the welcome center for our city. Over 700 businesses are members of the Chamber, representing thousands of employees and jobs and hundreds of community volunteers who are engaged citizens helping to make our community better every day. We believe in collaboration and effective relationships, which we hold dear. After each candidate is introduced, they will have a 2-minute opening statement, and they will be discussing why they're running for this position and what skills and accomplishments qualify them for this position as an elected official. Following opening remarks, candidates will be asked 3 questions with 3 minutes to respond. A bell will ring when candidates have 30 seconds and then 10 seconds remaining. If there's time, they can give a 2-minute closing statement, and they must adhere to the time restraint. Additionally, each candidate had to sign a consent form in order to participate. The Ashland Chamber is a private, nonprofit, mutual benefit association. We require that the candidates refrain from any form of speech that includes profanity, obscenity, hate, racism, or vulgarity, or that is insulting or offensive to any ethnic, religious, political, or other identifiable group or individual, as determined by the forum moderator. A violation of this rule will cause the candidate to be removed from the forum. We expect and will insist on respectful behavior. And this is a forum and it's not a debate, even though we have 1 candidate tonight. But so it is a forum. If time allows, we may have follow-up questions for the candidates, in which case candidates will have 2 minutes to respond, again using the bell system. Please note that the candidates' introductions were submitted by the candidate. So this evening it's my pleasure to welcome Lanita to our forum. Dr. Lanita Witt has lived and worked in the Rogue Valley for 33 years and owns a 440-acre ranch comprised of mostly forest and wetland meadows. Willow Witt Ranch is an organic livestock and vegetable farm with agritourism, guest accommodations, with education as a primary goal. Her 30-year career as a physician in Medford was providing obstetrical and gynecological services, followed by 17 years in the subspecialty of gynecological reconstructive surgery. She built a
urogynecology.
There you go, thank you. Practice that serves the entire Rogue Valley and surrounding areas. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm going to turn the forum over to Marie, who's our moderator.
Welcome, Lanita.
Thank you.
So this is your opening remarks time. You have 2 minutes to explain why you're running and briefly discuss your skills and accomplishments that qualify you to serve as Jackson County Commissioner.
Thank you. Well, it's my pleasure to be here and respond to the questions. I retired from my urogynecology practice at Providence about 2.5 years ago. And more than a year ago, I was thinking about political issues and piqued my interest and started thinking about what I could do and to become activated and active in the community. And I found out that I could not run for any city position because I live in the country. So that left the county commissioner position, the one where I felt I could step forward. And the more I learned about issues in the county and the responsibilities of the county commissioner, I came to the conclusion of why would I not run? Being a physician for 30 years, I worked in Medford, so I served women throughout the county and predominantly Medford and the North County, because there are excellent services here in Ashland, and really came to know what people struggle with, their economic difficulties, and came to know the community quite well. And then at the same time of this 30-year career, we had Witt Ranch, and we've done forest restoration. We had a very sick forest with predominantly white fir mistletoe, and we engaged the services of a forester to help us thin, take out diseased and dying trees, and do a restoration. We also engaged in wetland restoration, so we understand the benefit of water. We also understand what happens in the environment when your tourism, educational for the summer, is devastated by smoke. I've been a collaborator, I've been of service, I've been a leader, and I feel that I can serve the county well.
Thank you. Okay, so you have 3 minutes for each of these answers. Please define how you see the role of a Jackson County Commissioner while addressing regional collaboration, which you just started to explain.
Yes. The county commissioners are in a position to work with every city within the county. There are very few issues that are strictly city that are not impacted in some way or interface with the county. And in our region, there's also Josephine County, Klamath Falls, and Klamath County, which form the region. And I feel that the county commissioners need to interact with the cities in a collaborative manner for problem solving, and with our neighbors in other counties and other county commissioners, how they are solving problems, and then speak with our legislature when there are issues that affect the operations of each individual county.
Thank you. Please identify the county's strengths and the challenges you will face as a county commissioner.
First of all, people are one of our most vital resources. And in speaking with the different leaders in the department, they're very well-educated, dedicated, compassionate, knowledgeable people. And that is one of the best resources for the county commissioners to work with each department. And in many cases, one of the problems that we're encountering, even in the codes department, not having enough code enforcement, building department staff to meet all the needs. All of these infrastructure things that expedite service to citizens are really important. But they're all very willing to work to serve the members of the county. A strength is that we have good financial security and a reserve fund, but the county is only as strong as the health of the citizens. And I feel that some of the challenges that come with that are to be fiscally stable, yet support the services that keep the community healthy, such as mental health, drug addiction services. We are struggling in many areas with the unhoused population, and the county can work to help the nonprofits and lead and bring non-governmental agencies in to utilize resources across the board to address those issues.
Thank you. Please tell us the top 3 issues you feel the county is facing.
I'll start with the natural resources, and fire has certainly been in our face all summer and has dramatically impacted the economy. And with our work in our forest, we have done understory management. And each site, each soil area needs specific attention, but we have had fire suppression in a system that needs fire to reduce understory and actually take out some forest diseases. And finding ways to manage that and find utilization for small diameter wood that comes out with glulam beams or aggregate fibers. I feel that there are resources that could be utilized with that small diameter wood to bring yet another economic base to our community. Water resources. We've had 11 inches of rain this year instead of 17, and our groundwater is already pretty short and not being restored. And I think it's time to look at how we manage our irrigation systems and the systems that were established in the 1920s for agriculture. I think that will desperately be needed, and we need to start ahead of the game with the water resources. The second is our public health sector, which includes mental health and addiction services, and that situation has grown over the last several years, the last 4 years, and I think there needs to be some intense collaboration with the CCOs, with the state, with our public health department and mental health department specifically. The third area is economic, and the information about hungry children. 25% of Jackson County children are food insecure, which would also include their families. 40% of the population that is employed live one major medical or car breakdown expense away from homelessness and not being able to make their rent. So we have a gap in living wage jobs. We need more vocational education in the schools, so we have more carpenters, plumbers, electricians in those industries, and education in the high schools as well as in adult education through our community college could really bolster that area. And we need to really work on ideas about how to, for instance, utilize county land or city land to build affordable housing with a lease on the property so that the cost of the housing is not weighted upon the individual who's trying to live there.
Thank you. So this is kind of a follow-up question, but there are numerous tracts of county land within and adjacent to the city, which you mentioned. And how would you address the management of these lands on issues such as weed abatement, fire prevention, road repair, etc.?
Yes. I think the public is not aware of the road management criteria in the world, but when a developer builds an area within the city that has been county, but the urban growth boundary incorporates them, there have not been requirements of who takes that road. Is it the developer? Is it the city? And if no one takes it, it remains a county road and a county responsibility. And the communication about that with the residents and who bears the cost, like for instance, I didn't know that you could tell a county road because it has shoulders and a ditch, and a city street has curbs and most of the time a sidewalk. Mm-hmm. All of that structure is expensive, and even maintaining a road with a ditch, along the ditch are weeds that destroy the pavement. So who takes care of all of that? And they're all expensive items, and I think the cities and the county need to work together on areas that are within a city and gradually shift and change and transform those areas so there's safe passage for people on a bicycle or walking, much less cars, because many of these roads were built for Model Ts and not for how we drive these days. Mm-hmm. I think that the cities and the county can work together about land management within those areas and looking at fire control as we get into drier and drier seasons.
Great, thank you.
Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration.
Right. Yes, thank you. So in closing, you have 2 minutes to kind of make a statement and close your remarks. And This is your opportunity.
Well, this has been a tremendous learning experience for me, and my skills as a physician allow me to be a good listener. I love learning. I love looking at problems and thinking creatively to solve them. And I think the leadership opportunities and the collaborative opportunities within the Board of Commissioners is tremendous. And I look forward to being able to do more service rather than one patient at a time, but this is an opportunity to serve all the people in the county and to do our best to recognize that we all have human concerns and human interests, and we can become a better community and county together as opposed to in any separate boundary form.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you, Dr. Witt, for taking the time to participate in the forum and to tell us a little bit more about your views. It's, I think we value that, and we feel it's important that people are informed about what candidates are thinking, and to see you in person, I think, is helpful. Thank you, Marie, for your help this evening moderating. These forums are available, as we've said before, on public television, on RVTV website, the Ashland Chamber's website, and for more information regarding the upcoming election, ashlandchamber.com. And many thanks to you, the viewer, for taking the time to view the forum tonight to become a more informed voter. And thank you very much.
Thank you.